Hi everyone, I'm glad to welcome you to the first SCoVE First Aid course. This is the introduction. I'm Camille. I'm from France. I was one of the moderators of this course. This course was developed with talented creators that we selected among the SCoVE committee. So I hope that you will enjoy this course and welcome. So first, what is SCoVE? SCoVE is the IVSA Standing Committee on Veterinary Education. It was created in 2014 within the IVSA, the International Veterinary Student Association. Our goal is to enhance veterinary education globally and respond to veterinary student needs. We have a ton of other projects. Follow us on our Facebook and our website. Do not hesitate to go check out first the Vet Talks. There are conferences that are available right now on YouTube. We are always looking for speakers to do new Vet Talks, so if you have someone in mind, do not hesitate to contact us. You will also discover our platform EduPlus. Go check it out. There is a lot of material there to deepen your knowledge in various areas of veterinary medicine. And also don't forget to follow IVSA with their website, their Facebook page and Instagram to keep in touch about global events and projects. We hope that you will have a lot of fun with this course and all the other SCoVE and IVSA projects. I have to say that I earned a lot from working with IVSA and going to events, participating, and I can only recommend for you to do the same because there is so many opportunities, great opportunities out there just for you to enjoy. Why did we create this course? We wanted to know if we should rather work on another subject and what was the interest around first aid among students. So we launched a little background research with a short survey that we shared through Facebook thanks to our IVSA connections. We stopped at approximately 50 answers, participants in the survey, and this is our results. So our goal was not to publish those results. That's why we stopped so early, because we wanted to know quite fast if we should proceed with this subject or change. But we found that 100% of the survey participants were interested in first aid, so this was really promising for us. Then we also asked the participants if they did receive a first aid training during their curriculum, and 2/3 of the students answered that they did not receive a first aid training. So this might have been influenced by the fact that we had different years, and this survey was not only for final year students, but we did have a lot of final years and still final years stating that they did not receive a first aid training per se during their curriculum. And we also asked students who did receive a first aid training if they were satisfied or not with this training. So 1/3 of the students did receive a first aid training, but only 50% of them were satisfied by this training. So we thought that this subject was a great subject to proceed with and to create a course around, because it seems that it's a great interest for students. We wanted to know a bit more what students were expecting from us. We asked them if they would prefer a first aid lecture, a first aid practical course, or a first aid interactive course. 77% of them were interested about lecture. 25% of them were interested about a first aid interactive course, and 23% of them were interested only about a practical course involving real animals. So, of course, I'm sorry to disappoint you there, but we are not going to organize something practical, unfortunately. But maybe in a few years, who knows? What we tried to do, though, is to satisfy as many participants as possible, and so we created, we hope, an interactive course involving quizzes, involving case-based discussions, and will always be available for questions. So we hope this will be an interactive success. In our background research, we were also interested in the relation between honors and first aid. We therefore asked the participants of the survey if they thought honors in their country were interested about first aid. 80% of them answered that yes. We asked them who they think should teach honors first aid. Almost all of them thought that vets should be in charge. We then asked if they thought that this topic was covered in their country already and such courses existed. Only 23% of them thought that this already existed in their country. It seems that there is a huge market for it, and you could be the first ones to get involved in this. We hope we will give you the tools to do it. 100% of the participants were interested in teaching honors first aid. This is huge, but only 50% thought that they would be able to do that at the end of their curriculum. So we really hope that with this course, it will give you an extra hand with that, and that at the end, you will feel more prepared and confident to teach honors first aid. So now, how did we design the course? I followed a course with Texas A&M University about education, and one thing I really liked was the course design cycle. Using the cycle helps to not forget about anything when creating the course. We used it to design the course. So briefly, just to go through the steps, we have 5. The first one is course learning outcomes. The second one is assessment. The third one is learning activities. The fourth one is assignments and syllabus. The last one is analysis and action. I will develop each step in the following slides and what is our response to each question that is asked on the different kind of steps. It will get clearer once we go through all of them. So first, the course learning outcomes. We needed to answer the 2 following questions. What will the student know, be able to do, and what will they value when they complete the course? What we wanted students to take out of this course is composed of 3 points. We wanted them to feel that they have improved their clinical reasoning around emergency cases. Basically, be confident. What are the steps to take when you receive a case? To, of course, improve their knowledge, but not only. I want to detail this point a bit more, because we are only students teaching students. A lot could think we have absolutely nothing to bring on the table because we don't have experience, and well, it's not untrue. Indeed, we don't have a lot of experience, and we are not specialists in first aid. And that helps me to come to my second point. Our goal is to provide some knowledge, but even better is also to give you the resources and the power to check out by yourselves, basically to know where to look at. I think that the main advantage about being taught by students is that we still understand and live student struggles. So I hope we have succeeded to bring that in this course and make it interesting and useful for you, because we realize ourselves about what we were lacking of and what we would have liked to be taught on. Finally, we hope you will feel more able to teach animal owners useful first aid procedures, and we are going to give you a lot of tips for that. The second point of the course design cycle is the assessment. What evidence do the students and instructors have of success? This course is based on your self-commitment. You can take self-control yourselves with the quizzes without any pressure. You take them as many times as you would like to exercise. The exercises and the questions during the course and the case-based discussions we will have will give you, I hope, something to work on and also something to improve with. We'll always give the answers at the end, so you will be able to self-correct yourself and to improve. The third part is the learning activities. How will I conduct class to assist students in their learning and success? We chose to do an interactive course. We hope to create this interaction with quizzes, exercises, case-based discussions. The consequence for the participants is to go through an active learning process as opposed to a classical magistral course type, which is, in our opinion, more passive. This course is based on your own motivation, which is itself a success if you involve your free time to follow the course and complete it. The creators will be available for questions through email. The fourth part of the cycle is the assignments and syllabus. Do the assessments and the learning experiences align with the learning outcomes? Is the workload for myself and the students reasonable and sustainable? Do I communicate course organization? In fact, I will do this just later on and communicate you the course organization, the plan, basically in a few slides. Here are some facts. This course is flexible to your schedule. Veterinary students and veterinary professionals follow the course and the assessments at any time on their own time. The completion of the entire course is approximately 10 hours. And like I said, the plan of the course will be available in a few slides. Finally, the last part is the analysis and action. What is working and not working in my course? What changes will be incorporated in the next offering? For that, we'll need a bit of your help, actually. We are going to provide you a feedback form that we will kindly ask you to fill when you have time. We will analyze it and take corrective measures accordingly. If there is a new addition, it will be, of course, completely adjusted on this feedback. So now I will present you the course plan. The course is divided in 4 modules. The first module will focus on how to respond to common home and outside risks, electric shock, burns, smoke, heat. So this will be very helpful if you are called, even on the field, by a friend, by a neighbor, you have an owner on the phone, and give them the first indications on what to do. We will also give you some idea and knowledge on what therapy you have to go through. Then the second module will be on how to respond in trauma situations. This will be almost an on-site type of module. So this is not when you are in the clinic. This is when you are maybe outside visualizing a trauma situation, an accident, or you have to give some clue to your owners about what to do if a cat has been hit by a car or fall off a building. So we'll learn you how to assess the situation, how to stabilize on site, how to secure and organize transport. And of course, how to work with different kind of emergency first responders, because those kind of casualties, as we all know, can involve humans and can involve other animals, like multiple people, multiple animals. So we'll have to think about this as a whole. Then we'll have a third module on how to approach diverse emergencies. So we'll have syncope, how to practice correctly CPR, how to manage a dyspneic patient, how to manage a neurologic patient. This will be more guidelines and procedures than, very deep knowledge on all the neurologic pathologies you could find, because like, as you can imagine, because you already have learned a lot of things, it's absolutely impossible to do that in one lecture. But what we want to do is something very approachable for you if you are in that kind of situation, just to give you a little background, a little grounding, to just feel that you are able to respond, feel that you are able to look for the material where it is, to know where it is, to know where to look for informations, to just feel you have a procedure in your head and you are following it. Then our fourth module will be on how to respond in intoxication situation, and we'll follow the same whole process. So basically we will not treat about all the possible intoxications. We'll just, because most of the time anyway, you don't know what has caused the intoxications. We'll go always with the best evidence possible, making wise choices with a good balance, benefits, risks, and go forward with this. We want to arm you to go out in the world of vet medicine and feel that you are ready to take emergencies. So now it is time for me to present you the team who developed that course. We are two coordinators. First, Doda, our SCoVE chair, is a final year DVM student from UDUS, Nigeria. He started very early to work with SCoVE in 2018. He has done an incredible job as the chair, and so far he's supporting us on this first aid course project, but not only. His endless motivation and very creative spirit was essential to develop this course. He's giving basically his soul to SCoVE, so if you have any question about SCoVE, do not hesitate to contact us on the SCoVE Facebook page, and it is very likely that Doda will tell you everything you need to know. I'm Camille. I come from France, but I study in Romania at USAMV Cluj. I'm also in final year in the DVM program. I'm graduating this year, and I got involved as one of the coordinators of this project. And now it's finally the time for me to present you the creators. So first we have Alex. He's a Canadian studying at the University of Queensland, Australia, in the DVM program. For him, in veterinary school, it's difficult to cover all aspects of the field, which makes this course so beneficial. Unfortunately, many schools around the world have very little training in pet first aid. His topic will cover electrocutions, heat exhaustion, burns, and smoke inhalation. Surprisingly enough, these occur quite commonly in practice, and as veterinarians, Alex thinks that we should be aware on how to recognize those signs and how to treat it. We should also be aware about educating owners on the necessary first aid required to treat these patients. Then we have our dear Aravindan. He's a third-year veterinary student from the University of Veterinary Medicine in the University of Putra, Malaysia. For this course, he will be covering the trauma part. Trauma is often the result from unexpected events that happens in the everyday life that harms our pets, and the right kind of early steps can save our pets and give them the highest chance of surviving. This course will be focused on how to approach trauma situations, and our intent will focus on 3 important points: assess, stabilize, secure, and transport. Our intent will focus more on the approach to trauma situations, so you don't panic when you face it and you actually know what to do and how to proceed. And then we have Jana, who is a 5th year student from UVPS Brno in Czech Republic. She is passionate about emergency care, internal medicine, and soft tissue surgery of small animals. She believes in emergency situations, everyone should be prepared and ready in order to save lives. She will work on intoxications, as those patients can come to your practice quite often. We all know that a lot of poisons are in our house and reachable for our pets. We hope our overview of the topic will help you to feel more confident so you can educate owners as well. Lastly, Diana is a 5th year student in the Universidade de Trás-os-Montes e Alto Douro in Portugal. Sorry for my French pronunciation. She started working with us because she's concerned about the slow evolution of education and getting involved with SCoVE, getting her best to improve student education was the right path. She thinks that being more prepared in an emergency situation, as well as giving you tips to teach owners so they can deal better with the pre-vet phase, is essential. She saw the first part as a big responsibility because there's a little bit of cardio, respiratory, and neuro there. She tried to put these themes as simple as possible to not be absorbing you in too much details and too much things, and being sure that you will be able to respond in an extremely stressful situation. She and we all hope you will enjoy this initiative and that it will save a lot of lives. So there is only one thing left for me to say. Have fun and learn with SCoVE. We hope that you will have a great time with us learning about first aid. Do not forget that if you got interested about SCoVE, you can check out our Facebook page and get to know our other projects. If you want to get more involved, we have an ambassador program like the other IVSA committee. This allows you to get to work really closely with us and to enhance veterinary student education locally with you and globally together. Thank you so much for listening and following our course.